Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing crazy Reddit stories. I have just only seen a few and I haven't reacted to them, so thought it'd be fun, something a little crazy. So sorry I didn't post last week. I was really busy, had a lot on my mind. But I'm back at it and I'm back in my car. So let's do this. Okay, here's one. What is a funny story from your life? It came to be a number of stories. One of mine was when my best friend and I were in primary school. He was busted for taking a poo from a tree. Oh my goodness. We were playing in the oval and we dared our friend Dylan to poo from the tree. He went and sat on a tall branch and pooed as if as it was halfway falling. One of the teachers came out and busted him. About 20 years later, I still laugh to this day. That's great. I love that. That's that's really funny. Okay, what's another one? Okay, here's another one. One time, I'm in school, just a normal day, and we all walk into French class, and the class, started, like, 10 minutes, and some random kid, probably in 10th or 9th grade, grabs a desk and runs out, never to be seen again. But that's not the end of it. It's the last day of school, and I walk into French class. 10 minutes go by. At the exact same time as 5 months ago, the same kid walks in with a desk and puts it back and runs out again. That's great. I love that. See, and that's the kind of things that make school, like, so much fun. It's kids like that. Because, teachers want you to obey and, listen. And obviously, try your hardest in school. But I mean, also have some fun. You have 4 years in high school. Enjoy it all. Enjoy it all. Oh, that's like a whole thing. I hate when they do stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's a whole sentence. It's like a whole paragraph, but it's like a really long paragraph, and I don't want that. So, we're gonna do another. Okay, let's look at this one. Sorry guys if you can't see me that well. I'm gonna try to tilt you guys down a little bit so you can see me better. Sorry guys, my internet's not working very well. Which is fine. I probably should have had these, pulled up already, but what's the point in that if I've already reacted to it. Okay, here we go. The platinum crapper that my worker and I had to clean up after. Oh. So I was working at a restaurant, and another night we had this sweet elderly couple come in for dinner. Aw. They finished their food, and the gentleman excused himself to the restroom. No big deal, right? Well, he was in there for like an hour until his wife finally went in there to retrieve him. Fast forward a few hours, now we're closing up, and it's my turn to clean the bathroom. I walk in, and oh my gosh, the horror. The toilet was clogged to the brim with poo. The trash can was overflowing with paper towels, smeared with poo. Oh my gosh, and there was poo on the floor, and the smell, the smell, I'm telling you, I couldn't even. Oh, that's terrible. So my coworker Dan, bless his soul, took one for the team, and he unclogged the toilet, wiped the poo off of the floor, and I had to tackle the trash can. I pulled out the bag in lieu and behold, there was a turd hiding underneath the trash bag in the trash can. I didn't even want to know what happened. Even after Dan wiped down the walls with bleach, the bathroom reeked for days. It only just started to smell normal because it was so bad you could smell it in the dining room. Oh my gosh. One of the cooks had dubbed this guy the Platinum Pooper. That's insane. Wow. Oh, I feel so bad for your coworker. Oh, what's his name? Dan. Poor Dan had to clean up that mess. That kind of reminds me of like in Terrifier when like the first one where in the beginning like he's in the toilet and then the coworker sees like I mean just this like disgusting mess. I was like, ugh. It was bad. It was gross. Like that's what that reminded me of. I mean, but if you really have to poo that bad, I mean, go home. I mean, just rush and get the check. I mean, you cannot be doing that in that kind of place. And I get he's an elderly dude, so, maybe he can't hold it in, but that's still terrible. Okay, here's another one. So a long time ago when I was working in a shop, I was with a little girl and an elderly woman, asked to use the toilet. So I say to Sarah, can you please help the lady? She takes the lady out back to the bathroom opposite the staff room. The lady walks in, leaves the door open, and makes a huge mess with Sarah watching. Oh my gosh. Asks for a hand. I'm here at the end of the corridor. I was just looking like a deer in headlights and I bolted. She helped the lady, and as she's in their staff, they are coming in for a shift change. When I saw Sarah again, I was surprised it had occurred, but I already finished laughing. So this lady just like left the door open to make a mess and watch. That's definitely disturbing to say the least. Wow. Not sure how to feel about that one. Close the stall, please. Everyone close the stall. We do not want to see that. That is for sure. Okay, what's another one? One day I was in college. The teacher had stapled answer sheet papers. Sorry guys, my car turned off. Oh, it turned off. We're just gonna leave this door kind of open. Like that. Okay. The teacher had stapled the sheets to the back of the test by mistake. A few minutes after passing the test around, his phone rang and he stepped out. Everyone had noticed the answer sheet, and we decided that we would all use it and tear it off after. Hopefully he wouldn't notice. So I checked each of the answers, and they were all correct except for the last one. We were to draw a flow chart for a process. I checked the answer sheet. Answers will vary. I drew my flow chart, tore off the answer sheet, and walked to the front podium to turn the test in. When I got to the podium, I had to know. I needed to see what everyone else had drawn to their flow chart. Answers will vary. Everyone had written that on their tests. Answers will vary. Oh, that's insane. How can you just I'm sorry, but if you're gonna cheat, do it smartly. Okay, I shouldn't even advise that because you should not cheat. But you would read that and you're just gonna write that down? Like, oh my gosh. People are so stupid. Like, at least be smart about it. Oh my goodness. Okay. that's a whole, like, that's a whole story, honey. That could be made into a book. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so it's high school, junior year, first day. So, teacher walks in, and it's an elderly, he's an old, wrinkly guy, with a stash. A little weird looking. His shirt is only tucked in on one side. Everyone is just getting the wrong vibe from this guy. Like, he's not all there in the head. He got, a maniac look in his eyes. He's creepy. He started going through attendance, not looking up the whole time. Then he gets to my name, starting to say it. Then stops, looks up, scans the room, looks directly at me. Mr. 102194. I'm glad you're here. How's your family? Is your little sister still playing piano? Is that model ship on your dresser? Is it still on your dresser? Is your room still blue? So we have a stalker on our hands now. Oh my gosh. I'm shocked, mortified. I can't find the words to respond. This is creepier. This creeper had just described my family, and the room I sleep in at night. Of course it is. It's only been, what, a week? Then he goes back to attendance. Panics were had that day. Yeah, I'm sure. But anyway, the next day I found out the old crazy guy and is my uncle's best friend, and my dad decided to pull a prank on me for the first day. The teacher wasn't so crazy looking the rest of the year. He shaved the pedo stash, which he grew specifically for the prank apparently, dressed better, stopped making that eye twitch, etc. I have to admit it was a good prank, even if I was horrified of being murdered for a day or two. Wow. That's definitely an interesting prank. Wow. Imagine it's your first day of high school, your junior year, and you just walk in, and you know there's a sub, so you don't think much of it. And this sub does not look at you the entire time and looks up at you, no one else, and says, "Oh, 1024, nice to see you," and describes everything about you. I would have ran out of that class so fast. I would have never came back. Oh my goodness. No, my heart would have sunk. Oh my gosh. I don't know how people think of things like that. Like, just like, oh, you know what would be a good prank? How about we act like someone, is stalking, my son. You do you, I guess. Not sure how to feel about that. This one's kind of a long one, but I think it might be a good one. So, okay. This is kind of gross, but I call it Circle K. Okay. The night before, I drank probably 8 to 10 beers with my friends and totally forgot that the next day my mom wanted me to take her out to Dias de los Muertos Festival. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Happening downtown. So I drive out there. My girlfriend is with me as well. And we walk around for a bit. We have some really good pulled pork sandwiches and some Jamba Juice. Okay. Once we'd seen everything we wanted to see, we decided it was time to head home. On the way back to the car, my stomach started to bother me. You know that feeling you get when it's like, well, I know diarrhea is coming, but I think I can make it. It didn't feel that bad, so I figured I'd make it home. It's only about a 15-minute drive. Well, 5 minutes into the drive, I realized that wasn't the case. Apparently, the mixed beer and the pulled pork and the juice had some sort of extra pressured crap bomb that was ready to explode any moment. I started to freak out trying to drive safely as possible while trying to locate a bathroom. But the part of town I was driving through didn't have much of anything. Oh, buddy, you're stuck. Just closed down shops and nowhere to really stop and use the bathroom. Then I say a Circle K corner store on the horizon. I parked as fast as possible, legs shaking and running inside, ready to release the nuclear bomb that inhabited my bowels. I asked the clerk, "May I use the restroom?" To which he replied, "No, employees only." At this point, my mouth just sort of dropped open. I literally could not hold it anymore. "Please, this is an emergency," I plead. But he just stared at me, mug in the fact that I would not receive the key to my lower intestinal. Pissed off, and unable to walk. I ran back to my car ready to drive down the street and hopefully to find another place to take a crap. But my mom had gotten out and was looking at a freaking red box. I had no time. I had to go, and there was nothing else I could do. Oh no. So I did what any sensible person would do. I sprinted back around behind the store, dropped my pants, and crapped against the back wall to the place. It was the most embarrassing yet relief I had ever felt. As I begin to wipe my butt with some random receipts I had left in my wallet, I look up to notice a group of 8 to 10 laborers that had been standing in the street corner watching me do the whole thing. Oh my gosh, they were laughing hysterically. A few of them clapped and gave me a thumbs up. When I made it back to my car, to get away, my mom had the gal to ask, "Do you still need to go?" That's great. Wow. I mean, hey man, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Oh, that's insane. Why are all of these poo? I'm sorry, guys. I'm childish for laughing at these. Okay. I'm trying to find another good one. Because I want to find, like, a really good one. We're gonna see where insane stories gets us. Because I feel like crazy gets us to poo. And I think I'm kind of over poo. Y'all are probably over poo. I'm very sorry. Oh, not my car turning off again, guys. The door's literally open. We'll do one more story and we'll probably call it done. Okay. Okay, here we go. My uncle used to tell me the story of the time my grandfather was bitten by a Sydney funnel web spider. It was highly venomous. My grandfather's coworker banned the hand and 3 of them bundled into a car to get him to the hospital in Sydney. Partway through the journey, they got pulled over by a cop for speeding. The cop waltzed to the passenger door, thinking he just caught some guy hooning around off work. The cop taps the window and asks if they knew what they were speeding for. The passenger in the front responds by holding a jar with the spider inside and points to my father's bandaged hand. The cop's eyes go wide as dinner plates as he follows up with, "Right, follow me." The cop sprints back to his car, slams on his lights and sirens, and escapes them into Sweeney, in about half the time it would normally take. They thought it was hilarious that the faster the driver had ever driven was chasing a police car. That's crazy. I don't think that was that wild, though. I mean, you probably could have just kept that to yourself. And I know that's not very nice, but probably should have. Let's do another one. What if we do a scary one? Like, what if... Let's see where that goes. Because I feel like anytime you look up, like, scary Reddit stories, I feel like you could find something disturbing. That's for sure. Okay, what is your most disturbing scary story or real scary story? A few years ago, I was walking through the woods off the beaten track a bit, and I smelled this really off-powering sweet smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the underground to have a look and found a dead body. The guy had certainly been there a while and wasn't looking great, all swollen and green and black with various runny bits. The local wildlife had also been dining well for days. I called the police, who told me to wait with the body until they arrived. Being in the middle of nowhere, it took a while for them to arrive, and it was dark. And I was just sitting there in the dark with him for a long time. It turned out he had committed suicide. For a long time afterwards, I had dreams about him, and he would talk to me and say not so nice things, mainly about he was angry. I had disturbed his resting place, and he wanted me to kill myself. Oh my gosh. Probably just my imagination, but all pretty disturbing at the time. He still turns up in my dreams from time to time, and no doubt will be tonight after typing this. Wow. That poor person. I mean, imagine just... imagine, like, you are just walking, through the woods. Just normally walking, and you see a dead body. Okay, so you call the cops. Cops come. Everything's good. And then this dead body, this man, shows up in your dreams, telling you to kill yourself because he was mad that you disturbed his resting place. I would never want to sleep again. Ever. That's terrifying. I feel really bad for them. Oh my gosh. I really hope that those nightmares go away. That is... wow. I feel like I would be haunted for life after that. Like, that would be like a scary movie type thing right there. Like, that's the kind of story you tell your kids. That's for sure. That's insane.